Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, and Xi Jinping might meet in September. The three of them. I wonder how many advisors would be around and translators. That's the first topic. Second topic, maybe Donald Trump will replace Zelensky forcefully, and if he doesn't want to leave, according to some sources, he will leave feet first. Is that how it is? Well, these are the two topics that I found on some media outlets. Now, there are from the media outlets are from the Times, but are reported by Russia Today, and the other one with Zelensky is Seymour Hersh, who claims that Zelensky is on the go or is planned to be forcefully taken out, and who could replace him. Well, guess who? I give you a hint. He's in exile. Maybe a Ukrainian finally. So let's start with the first topic. Russia Today. Putin, Trump, and Xi could meet in September, according to the Times. The Russian president is already set to meet his Chinese counterpart in Beijing for upcoming World War II commemorations. US President Donald Trump could meet his Russian and Chinese counterparts Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping at the upcoming event marking the 80th anniversary of victory of their Imperial Japan in World War II. The Times has reported. Now, interesting, if he's gonna go and meet the Chinese against the Japanese, but I don't think he gives a crap. Japan is our ally. China has announced plans to honor the date with a military parade in Beijing in September, and Moscow has confirmed that Putin will attend. The Soviet Union, China, and the US cooperated in the fight against Japan during World War II. Both analysts and ordinary Chinese have called on Xi to seize the opportunity, invite Trump, and host a three-way summit during the upcoming victory celebration. That would be a big success for Xi Jinping and everybody else. And I'm quoting, why not align Trump's visit with September 3 commemoration, question mark. Renmin University of China professor and popular Chinese opinion leader Jin Kanrong told the Guanjia news outlet last month, if, and I'm quoting, the leaders of China, the US, and Russia were to stand together during the military parade, it would be a great positive signal to the world. Of course it would be. Of course. So, I don't think we, the people, have anything to lose if they meet. I think the only people who might have something to lose will be the ones that you're gonna hear in the Western media saying, no, they shouldn't. So therefore, you know who the traitors are. It's very easy, right? What's the problem if they meet? Well, these guys don't want peace. Why? They make a profit out of war. All right, so let's see what the Russians are saying regarding this possible meeting. And I hope it happens. I'm always for dialogue, even poorly conducted dialogue, which is, sometimes a lot of misinterpretations and so on can occur. I'm all for it. You learn more, and at least you have contact. Russia Today, July 19th. Kremlin comments on rumors of Putin-Xi Jinping-Trump meeting. Moscow says it is unaware of any plans for three-way summit in Beijing this September. Well, we are only in July, so there's still time to organize that. The Kremlin has nothing to say about a possible meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin, US President Donald Trump, and Chinese President Xi Jinping at the upcoming World War II commemoration in China, according to spokesman Dmitry Peskov. And I'm quoting Peskov, "We know nothing about the possibility of such a meeting," he told TASS, reporting to a report by the Times on Friday, which claimed that Beijing is considering using the occasion to host a trilateral summit. Last month, Trump said President Xi had invited him and First Lady Melania Trump to visit China during what he described as a very good phone call focused on trade. However, there has been no official confirmation of any specific date from Washington or Beijing. So, and again, they mention the same scholar, and we find out. I hope they meet. I hope they meet, the three of them, maybe only with a translator in a room, as Putin and Trump met, if you remember, in Helsinki. And everybody was, went berserk. Everybody being the guys who are not on our side. Why? How can you leave these guys talk one-on-one? And then they started all kind of stories, you remember, that actually Trump is an asset and Putin just instructed him what to do with America and American freedoms and all that. No. In this kind of circumstances, you can figure out who the traitors are and who the participants in the treason are, which is usually the mass media, the mainstream mass media, the operatives, as I call them, because they operate for their interests, not the media interest, for the interest, global interest, in order to spin the reality and give us narratives. This is what they are. All right, that's the first one. I hope they meet. Let's go to the second topic, which is Seymour Hersh says that Zelensky's imminent replacement by Ukrainian general. Well, or by who? The Ukrainian general is not going to conduct a coup, which is Mr. Zaluzny, Valery Zaluzny, but is going to be the Americans. I stated that in 2 videos in the past week, saying if Zelensky, as Trump believes, according to some sources from the White House, that he is the biggest obstacle in peace in Ukraine, why don't you remove him? Don't tell me you can't. I mean, I do not accept that justification. Go and get him. They can't do it. They did it to other people, and I think it's only a matter of time. And how Zelensky will leave. How do you think Zelensky will leave? Well, we have a few narratives or options here. So let's start with the beginning, which is Russia Today, 19th of July 2025. Zelensky may not last much longer. This is according to Seymour Hersh. Former General Valery Zaluzny could step in amid declining support for the Ukrainian leader, according to a journalist. Well, so declining in popularity or declining in Western support? Because Western support, it seems like, is increasing. And those guys from the West don't care about his popularity, domestic popularity. After all, they started the whole BS over there. The political future of Ukraine's, thank you very much, finally, Russia Today, finally. They don't say Ukrainian Volodymyr Zelensky, and I pointed out each and every time, don't say that, say Ukraine's. Don't say the Ukrainian, because, I personally don't consider him as such. Just because you dress like a Ukrainian and you speak their language. All right, according to officials, it appears increasingly uncertain, the political future. What about his life? According to officials, plural, in Washington, cited by legendary journalist Seymour Hersh. He's legendary because he says what Russia Today likes here. The prospect of the politician being replaced by former armed forces commander Valery Zaluzny is reportedly growing amid waning domestic support and mounting frustration in Washington. I don't think so. Trump said he's going to send 17 Patriot systems a few days ago, so I don't know what you're talking about. Zelensky suspended national elections under martial law and opted not to step down after his presidential term officially ended in 2024. Yes, but according to their interpretation or their constitution, is he still legally the president? Which I personally don't care. He should not have been there in the first place. So let's start with that one. His former top military commander, who was dismissed earlier this year and later appointed ambassador to the UK, that is just sent over there for safekeeping, has reportedly long been considered a potential successor. To do what? Continue or to make peace? And I'm quoting, Zelensky is on a short list for exile if US President Donald Trump decides to make the call, the veteran reporter wrote on Friday. So Hersh said that Zelensky on a short list for exile if. One U.S. official familiar with the internal discussion suggested that if Zelensky refuses to step down, which they believe is the most likely scenario, he may ultimately be removed by force. 100% possible. Zelensky is currently seen as the most credible successor to Ukraine's leader, according to, and I'm quoting, knowledgeable officials, plural, in Washington, cited by Hersh. who added that the, and I'm quoting, job could be his within a few months. So his job could be his, Zaluzny's. So that is, Zelensky will be going. Zelensky's popularity, which soared to 90% in the early months after the Ukraine conflict, escalated in February 2022. His steadily declined due to battlefield setbacks. The latest polls suggest that only 52% of Ukrainians still trust him. The same with Trump. So why do you say only? It's a majority, democracy, hello. While around 60% would prefer he not seek another term. Well, we'll see what that is. Let's read this one and then talk. Again, Seymour Hersh, Zelensky's imminent replacement by Ukrainian general. Okay, the US journalist and Pulitzer Prize winner Seymour Hersh asserts in a new article that Ukrainian ambassador to the UK and former top general Valery Zaluzny could potentially replace President Volodymyr Zelensky if US President Donald Trump decides to make that move. I said it before. We'll see. But if he's doing the right thing, he's going to be staying there. All right. Should Zelensky refuse? So should Zelensky refuse to leave willfully, he's going to go by force, a US official told Hersh. Furthermore, Hersh mentioned that Zelensky is aware of what is coming. And according to the US official, and in light of the recent changes in the Ukrainian cabinet, is starting to recognize the warning signs. We'll find out. The official believes that Zelensky will likely leave the presidency feet first, as Trump administration officials, plural, discuss whether to intervene in Ukraine's internal situation to expedite the removal of the increasingly unpopular leader, or just let the Ukrainians sort the situation out themselves. On a separate note, the official remarked that the delivery of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine has been a total bust, end quote, as Ukrainian pilots have only managed to learn how to take off, not how to land. Well, I don't know about that one. As I said, Zelensky is not his own man over there. Zelensky is someone else's puppet. That's the first one. Now, if Zelensky increasingly got a big head and he's trying to bite the hand who fed him, he's going to go out feet first, as he said over there, the source from the White House. All right, so that's the first one. Zelensky, I don't think will go, unless he's drugged up, he's going to go, he's going to continue to think that he's really in charge. Otherwise, I think he's going to get his money, lots of money, I suspect, lots of money, and move to London or to New York, and that's it. Zelensky is going to stay there for another opportunity. He's not going to be over, he's going to come back. He's just going to look for a different opportunity. Unfortunately for these kind of people, they got the tiger by the balls and they cannot let go because the tiger will turn around and fuck them up. So that's with Zelensky. Zelensky is going to be replaced in a second by his bodyguards. Okay, that's the easiest way. We'll see. Zelensky is just I would claim that as any other U.S. president or any president on the free world is at the whim, is that how you say, of the intelligence services and the people who protect him, the protective services. They are in charge of him. Imagine that one of those guys receives an order. Okay, you have to take care of these guys and hide him somewhere. Do you think he's not going to follow the order? Do you think that the robot, in order over there to protect Trump, is going to question the order, like, why? Can you provide me the evidence? Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's over there just to do it. That's all they do. They're motors. They're engines. That's all they do. They're robots. They don't think for themselves. You think so? Keep watching Hollywood movies then. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today, my friends. I hope those guys meet. I hope something good comes out of it. I hope Zelensky is removed. I don't know if Zaluzny will be able to make it to Ukraine, if you know what I mean. Just think about it. He was supposedly in charge of the military and he got dismissed and he lost all power, and he was kept to ice or on ice in London. I mean, who gives that unless you have a promise somewhere from somebody that you really trust that your time will come a little bit later. Right now, just sit tight here. I mean, the military is the strongest force, obviously, most powerful force in any country. Why? They have the guns. And at the bottom line is who has the power, who has the force, who has the brute force. That's the one. And you just give it away to be an ambassador, someone waiting. All right, we'll find out. We'll see if remember, they have the option of Klitschko. Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of Kiev, he's also a good candidate. He's Ukrainian to start with, which gives me a little bit more credibility. I mean, what the hell? And then the second one, he's very popular. We'll see. We'll see. He said some stupid things in the past as well about diversity, inclusion, and I stand with this. And I thought it was imbecilic. But hey, maybe, sometimes you have to say certain things so they don't send you to London. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.